As you broaden your climbing arsenal, you'll quickly realize that some techniques are more effective on certain terrain than others. Your slow and controlled style of climbing on vertical wall doesn't translate too well on overhang, or maybe your thuggy powerful moves on steep wall are of no use on slab. Whichever the case, the type of terrain plays a big factor in how you approach the climb. This video will break down how to efficiently climb both vertical and overhung terrain by exploring the best choices for footwork, body positioning, and movement. On vertical terrain, the most common foot placements are the inside edge and the smear. Inside edge is a favorite for most climbers as it offers the closest spacing of shoe to wall and feels the most secure to step on. Newer climbers will naturally deviate to using inside edge, especially on small footholds. There are several advantages to using inside edge on vertical terrain. 1. It keeps your hips squared to the wall. This allows for more balanced and controlled movement. 2. It pulls your center of gravity close to the wall. This allows you to put more weight on your feet. Smears are one of the most avoided footwork techniques, as it feels like you're literally stepping on a slippery slope. But once you understand how they work, they're quite useful. The key to a good smear is having as much surface area contact between the shoe and the foothold. The more surface area, the more friction is created when pressure is applied. A common mistake people make is trying to smear with the point of their toe. This lack of surface area minimizes the friction generated and translates to a higher chance of slipping. Smears are very commonplace when climbing slab, where good hand and footholds are scarce. If your gym has a lot of modern boulder problems, smears are essential for those big flat volumes. On overhangs, the most common foot placements are the outside edge and toe. Outside edge is the rebellious cousin of inside edge, as using it feels like you're relinquishing some degree of balance and control. The defining characteristic of outside edge is turning one hip in towards the wall. This may feel weird as your body is no longer facing the wall. However, this hip-in effect of outside edge plays two important roles in overhang terrain. 1. It pulls your center of gravity towards the wall. This is crucial in steep walls as it saves you from spending lots of energy to hold body tension. 2. It allows you to use opposite hand and foot. This is the first rule of climbing, and you can learn more about it here. Toeing is one of the most versatile foot placements you can use. Although you may be reluctant to trust your weight on such a small point, using the tip of your shoe gives you the freedom to pivot. This opens up lots of doors for body positioning. Using the toe, you're now able to easily transition between inside edge and outside edge. The toe is also vital to creating body tension. You'll often hear people say to core up when climbing overhangs. This is a bit misleading, as just tensing your core does not improve your connection with the wall. What you should be actually doing is applying pressure through the toe. This naturally gets the lower body involved and allows you to move as a single unit. Think of vertical terrain as two-dimensional climbing. You have an X and Y axis, and your movement is limited to that one plane. The most efficient way to position your body for this style of climbing is hips square. When your hips are squared to the wall, your body position is fixed to move up, down, left, right, without any rotation. If you're a fan of retro video games, this style of movement is much like strafing or sidestepping. Overhangs, on the other side, can be viewed as three-dimensional climbing. There's up, down, left, right, and now in and out. Your movement has expanded to 3 axes, or 2 planes, and with that, gravity is working to pull you both downward and away from the wall. The best way to position your body for overhang climbing is hip in. As mentioned earlier in the footwork section, hip in pulls your center of gravity towards the wall and reduces the amount of body tension you have to generate. It also allows you to utilize opposite hand and foot, which offers better counter pressure and maximizes your reach. Vertical terrain is very technical and balance-oriented. Movement should be slow and controlled, with minimal rotation of the hips. Moves are often done statically, meaning that hold pressure and body tension is maintained throughout the entire duration. When climbing vertical, favor precision over speed, and almost always move from a position of comfort. The steepness of overhangs naturally translates to more powerful movement. Energy management becomes an issue, and we can't afford to waste it by climbing only statically. Therefore, movement on overhangs is a lot more dynamic. A mix of short, powerful bursts to get from section to section. You'll sometimes find opportunities for linking moves using transitional energy. In this case, the energy or momentum from the right hand cross is borrowed to flow to the next move for the left hand. Climbing overhangs requires timing and the ability to relinquish a bit of control. Focus on generating momentum and making quick decisions.